These aren't daredevils, they're engineers. They know how to do something and walk away pain-free. And when people see it, the illusion is that, oh, holy crap, that guy almost killed himself, that's amazing. And that's the beauty of it. We are a local filmmaking / stunt team. I founded it in 2001 up in Redding, California, and started out with just a few people making action films to emulate like the Hong Kong style of action movies, but for American audiences. And then I moved to the Bay Area, and now we have a crew of about 30 or so people.
I got interested in doing films, like Stunt People films, because in high school I had actually kind of worked on my own kind of like, you know, action films, and then I met Eric. I came to the practice, I saw some of the films he made, and I just said, wow.
These are good, these are kind of good. And I just sort of asked, you know, hey, is it okay if I come down to San Francisco and visit you guys at the gym? And we all became friends, and we all started making movies together. A stunt is basically a dangerous move or maneuver or action that is used to sort of mimic or portray a real dangerous act, except it's for film.
It could be anything from throwing a punch,
You're falling downstairs, or
falling off a building,
riding a horse,
Getting pulled on lines.
do things safely. You know, it's all about safety, really, especially in Hollywood.
People rarely actually get hit during fight scenes. They sometimes do. Try to avoid that, but most of the time it looks better if you can sell it.
There's an illusion with the camera and the audience that when somebody brings their fist to someone's face like this, it looks like I'm hitting myself just because I'm like in line with the camera. The audience might think that I'm hitting myself.
On the camera, your fist can be 6 inches, 1 foot away from the actual target, but the camera won't be able to tell because it's crossing the line.
But sometimes stuntmen do get hit, and they make sure that the audience can see that.
In the first part of the 2000s, the trend was to shake up the camera as much as possible. And the trend in the later 2000s was to calm that down and show what's really there.
When you're working, let's say, fight choreography, which is our specialty, what we specialize in, yeah, there's always bumps and bruises, a fall here, a fall there.
It involves a lot of conditioning, a lot of weight training. You're going to want to have some sort of build in order to not snap like a twig when you hit the concrete.
But you're hired to perform a task for a film, and that's your job, to know how to do it properly, safely, and unfortunately sometimes as many times as possible.
And so just because someone says like, oh yeah, this is easy, I can do that. Well, can you do it 20 times, 30 times? That's why those guys get paid so well, is because they're really good at doing it the same way every time without injuring themselves, and they can do it for their whole lives maybe.
There's actually a misconception that CGI, computer graphics, is making stunt people obsolete. I would say the opposite is true, because as groundbreaking as these new special effects are, they still have to be grounded in reality. They still need real people behind the action.
When you had the transition from vaudeville to film, so many of the vaudeville acts, they just did everything. They could juggle, or they could pratfall too, and people really enjoyed seeing their actor do all that stuff. They see his face while he's acting as he's doing these stunts. There's definitely something to that. Stuntmen shouldn't worry that, you know, computers are going to replace them, because there's always going to be a market of people that really want the real thing.